Hi, and welcome back to the shed with me, Jason. So there are still a few kits in here to do. I've got another one of these lampshade jobbies. In fact, I've got another 3 of these, so I'm just going to throw this one together. And we'll get one on camera. So here we have a little Bluetooth module. As you can see, it's got a TF USB 3.5mm out and an Android power side. So this was part of a kit that failed. When I powered it up, it really wasn't playing ball. We had 96 LEDs on there or something like that. Spectrum analyzer, that wasn't doing much at all. Did get a few lights out of it. Absolutely no sound, no joy. The way this one was put together was a proper joke. I don't think I've got any of the bits. No, yes, I have. So part of the kit was these buttons and switches. So those 4 buttons at the top, quite literally, we placed the 4 buttons on the bottom there. So these are buttons. The silk screen has all of those sockets the wrong way round, and in the picture on the website it even shows them the way I've done it, and it suggested doing it this way. Yeah, this was just a total failure. So I got nothing out of it whatsoever. Not even a lot of spare parts worth nicking out of that. However, this Bluetooth module, this does power up. There you go. See the LED flashing away, looking for a connection. Looks like it's made the connection. So if I take the 3.5mm to my speakers here.
Line in mode.
Change the line in mode. And then go to music. We should
Bluetooth mode. Connected. Line in mode.
And there we have it. So now we have our
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ.
So there we have our Bluetooth module. All we've connected is a Android and a 3.5mm jack. So we could literally just make a case or something for this, or even connect it to a set of powered speakers with a TF card, SD card, whatever. And we have a mini music module that you can just literally hide away. So this could be interesting. It could be fun. That kit cost me 10 odd quid. It was a complete disappointment. There was a lot of work went into that. I've decided not to host it because it's a waste of your time watching it. It's a waste of my time editing it. I've already spent enough time bloody building it. Just to give you an idea. And I don't even know why it had a Mercury tilt switch on it. That's really confusing. Actually, we'll keep that. If we ever want to make our own car bomb. Joking. But yeah, there was a lot of surface mount LEDs that went onto that. Never mind. I've got another one. I think it's almost identical, except for it is through hole. There is some surface mount parts on it. Hopefully that one will work. But yeah, the wiring on that one, it was just shocking. You had 7 wires, 4 of them, or the sockets, 4 of them were for the extensions to those switches. So you had to solder a plug on each switch to basically go across to those buttons. Then there were 3 power sockets, and I don't know what was going on. I wired them how it said on the internet. It wasn't playing ball. I ain't pissing about. It's done. We're going to have the odd failure, and I mean the odd failure. It's only about the 3rd or 4th project I've ever done that's been a complete cock up. Whether that was my fault, whether that was their fault, I don't know. But considering the amount of connections for that Bluetooth module, it really was. I mean, the speaker, one plugged in, the other one soldered off the top of the plug. So it was twin speakers, but it would have been mono because they were both coming off the same output. So again, like I say, it doesn't really matter. We've got this module now, and I don't know where it is, but the acrylic case had a hole for the SD and the USB, but nothing for the power there or the output here. So it literally could have utilized as output as external speakers. The power in was via a USB lead and a plug socket. But yeah, this will power independently. You've seen it working. The sound comes out of here. You've heard it working. This could be a bit of fun. Now, I've got something indoors which we bought in an auction years ago. It's an old record player, but it's been converted into a fairground carousel. And it has some sort of tiny little speaker device on it, which is really quiet and really crappy. So what I'm thinking of doing is at some point, it's probably got about a layer of dust on it like this, where it's been sat for years. But I'm thinking the little box office thing at the front where the speaker is we could modify it so we can plug a set of powered speakers and a USB cable into it, and we're just Bluetooth to it. So who knows? This could be fun. I mean, it was 10 quid, and you can get them for 3 or 4 quid, if not less. But doesn't mean it was a total loss. I got 2 speakers as well, but it means the kit wasn't a total loss. I do end up with something out of it. It's not ideal. It's not what we were looking for, but it'll do. I've got my other Bluetooth. I've still got to do a comparison on these, but we've got my other Bluetooth ones. This one's got the speakers in the side, and the reason we need to do a comparison is because this one's got the speakers in the front. So obviously this one's booming at you and this one's booming around you. The other differences are that one's got nothing on the top apart from the antenna, and this one's got the module on the front, on the top instead of on the front because of the speakers. But as far as the black one's concerned, we do have something. This is the other spectrum analyzer Bluetooth boombox thing. As you can see, this one's got through hole parts. What I do have, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's my clock. I might do the clock next. I've got a clock, a radio, another Bluetooth box. But this is going to be fun. This is a Ferris wheel. And the thing about this, it's designed not on these two, but it's designed to sit on top of one of these. However, I think I can probably modify it so it'll sit on top of this one. Obviously, again, it can't sit on top of this one because that's on the top. But if we cut a hole in the acrylic for the antenna so it sits over the top of this, let's have a quick look at it. So that's the base unit for it. And then obviously it sits on that. That base unit is longer than these. So it's possible, let's just take that out. Quite possible we could just pull this crap off. It's possible we could just glue this one on the top or somewhat. Or cut a little notch for that antenna. But it is wider, as you can see. Let's get it back even. So it is wider, but I reckon actually that sits quite flush there, even with the antenna there. So we can keep the antenna in place. I reckon we can just hot snot glue that on top. Just have a quick look at the kit, because I've not been in here and had a look yet. I've been resisting the urge. So there's the Ferris wheel part. It's all through hole. Thank fuck. Yeah. It's quite a decent sized motor for what it's going to power. It's got an offset output there. I'm guessing that's the output. Yeah. So there must be a load of gears and stuff inside there to make that offset. Can't get the light. Well, you can see it's on the edge anyway. Just come with a remote. Not that we haven't got a whole bunch of those anyway. Yeah, another USB cable. Aha. SW2. Oh, USB switch. JP1, whatever that is. So this will be the power. So basically, when this is attached, somehow there'll be a couple of little springs or something on there which make contact with those two metal rings, and that will give it the power to turn somehow. That obviously can't go on the motor because it's, oh, actually, okay, so the motor goes on there because those two holes line up perfectly for the screws. So the motor will go on there like that, and the two springs on, or whatever, on here will make contact for the LEDs. Oh, I'm dropping everything on the floor. Like literally. So there's 500 million LEDs. Let's have a look what sort they are. I'm going to put a fiver that says their colour changes. A, from the milky colour of the plastic, and B, it'd look boring if they were one colour going around. Okay, that battery's got no power in it. Well, that one's red and green. So if they're all red and green, this could be a bit boring. Let's pull a few out at random. Have a look through them. So yeah, the other kit was a bit disappointing. I was quite looking forward to that. I saw a blue then. Yeah, the blue, red, green. So I think we got tricolour on these. Okay, so they're green, red and blue. could be a nice little kit. Fiddler on the roof. So that's a bunch of, that's all our chips, caps, resistors, etc. Switches, infrared, hardware. So yeah, that one could be a fun kit. We might look at that one next, I think, or maybe, I don't know. I've been looking forward to that one. I've got so many kits to do. Let's have a look through them while we're all here. I was looking at a video last night of rechargeable soldering irons. I have thought about a USB-C one, but to be fair, let's see if I can pull it out. To be fair, my little, where is it? Come on, where are you? My little Olive. This is about 5 years old now. It's got a new tip on it. This used to be, oh, that's quite loose. This used to be shiny. But you just unscrew these. Take tip off. The guy who was watching last night, actually, he really slagging these type of soldering irons off. But I don't know what his problem is. Now, most of my tips are shite and I need to replace them. I mean, the state of that. It's just old and used. But this is a good iron. So I've got some of these new fine tips. These are about 30-40 quid on Banggood, I think. Yeah, it's back on. This one's about 5 years old, and I did have to end up, because this bit is supposed to unscrew, but it kept coming loose and whatnot. I ended up having to glue that in, but it's not the kind of thing that we're ever going to be taking off anyway. You bought your daughter a soldering station, fair dues. But yeah, I've been thinking about, oh, I missed a part. Thinking about one of those USB jobbies. Yeah, it'd be handy. I mean, if you've got like a quick job on the car, I used to have a Lidl's rechargeable one, but the tips were shit and you couldn't get them, and it broke. And what's the point of a soldering iron that's broke and you can't use? But it was so handy because one of the kits I did on the channel, I actually took out to the car and used it there. So yeah, that's going to be a fun kit. I've still got to do this comparison video. I might do that for Wednesday's video, actually. I've got some uploading right now, which is a shitty little like phone projector thing, but it's crap. But it's about a 10-minute video that's uploading now because the one I was making failed. I have a digital radio with 18650 rechargeable battery, which it came supplied with, but I had to supply myself. Thank you, Chinese Customs, for stealing my battery. Like I said, I've got another one of those big boom boxes, Bluetooth jobbies with LED spectrum analyzer. I made, see, good. I made this one a few months ago. And I really do like this one. This one's awesome. Does a cracking job. All it is what you see. Oh look, I have a power bank. So yeah, this one's awesome. I'm going to leave it up there for a minute. So every time I talk, make a noise, something happens. and we get, that's a fucking cracking bit of kit, that. If you get it set just right, which I have, any less than that and it doesn't pick up. But that is an awesome bit of kit. I love that. That's one of my favourite builds so far this year. Mind you, I've not done many this year so far. This is going to be a cracking one. As you can see, again, there's a lot of surface mount parts in there. I really want to get on with this one. I might do this one next. I've got me microscope now for a better view. That goes through the PC or the laptop or even the phone. Right, well, as you can see, there are some little digits in there, but this is literally a colourful glow up. I don't know how it reacts, but a flashy LED clock. Even comes with a CR1220 battery. Woohoo! What's that? There's something in a bit of cardboard. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Okay, wait, hold that thought. Okay, so on that last kit, we had a really fiddly surface mount, 4-sided multi-pin chip. Oh my lord. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that comparison. That's tiny. And to give you an idea, this chip measures up on my thing here. That chip is about 1 centimetre square. That chip is hardly 5 mil square. Oh, that's going to be a pain. Oh, we're definitely getting the bloody microscope out for that one. So yeah, this is scary. So yeah, there will be a lot of you can see there's kind of like areas for the light to come through. Surface mount both sides. Ooh, the crystal oscillator just fell on my leg and I managed to find it. So again, this is one-sided by the look of it. But as you can see, there's a lot of, I think all of these little pads around here are all LEDs, and around the top here and the bottom and that. So everything you see there is a colour flashing LED. Which will be, so if you see all those on there, that'll be basically behind it, flashing through that front panel, different colours. So I think that's going to be a fun kit, actually. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of single surface mount digits. So a lot of tweezer work in that one. The next boombox with the spectrum analyzer has some surface mount parts on it. Oh, he knocked it on the floor. Alright, so what else we got going on in here? Ah, that's good. A couple of old school style walkie-talkies, but I need to get a couple of 9 volts before I bother building that. Ah, solar powered windmill. I was looking for those yesterday. No, we've not got a lot left in here. That's an old one we've done a few of. So it looks like we will be cracking on with some of our... I need to make a template out of all of this before I do anything with it. But this is like crappy... It's definitely got a plasticky, nasty smell to it, but this is a handbag kit. So that's all the sewing holes. But I need to template this before I put it together. But it is some nasty plasticky, it's not even leather. Well, we know that a bit's plasticky, but yeah, it's basically turns into a handbag. So I think that's the front. You've only got the pictures on the website to go by because there's no bloody instructions. That looks like some sort of pocket. So these magnetic snap things, I've got a crap load of those. They seem to but yeah, a bag full of bits and bobs that need sewing together. There's a lot of sewing in this one. Another piece, holes for sewing. So I've been watching videos on saddle stitch, which is where you use 2 needles and 1 line. Looks quite easy once you've watched the videos a few times. I'm not sure how good the thread they've given us is. I have got one other roll which is black, so I might use that. But I need to make all these parts. Put this all back in the right bags. They go together. I need to make templates of all of that before I can sew that shitty bit together, and then try and make other bags out of better material. I've got a load of faux leathers at the moment. So what's that? We've got a clock, we've got a boom box, we've got a radio, we've got a Ferris wheel, we've got this solar powered windmill, that's 5, the walkie-talkies 6. So we've got 6 or 7 builds we can do. I've got 3 of these lampshade kits, which I tried recording and doing a live stream at the same time. But my camera was in the wrong settings, so I only got the live stream. So I bought 3 more because the missus wants 3 of them for presents for the family, because she quite liked it. But yeah, this sewing kit, I've probably got a couple of £100 worth of flipping materials now. That. So this was just over 10 quid. You basically sit on this or bolt it down to a table or whatever. You've got a little clamp in here which will open up this, and then you clamp it down. That's like your vise for sewing, so this will hold your leathers. I've now got a load of tools because I was short on tools, so we've got a few needles. I could do with more needles. The black thread I was on about. We've got this thing. So this is for working out your radiuses on your edges and that. Plus, you can hold it down when you're pinning your holes, and this will hold the lever down when you pull your pin thing out. Couple of nasty sharp awls. These really do some damage. They're nasty sharp. I've got to work out which ones of these do what and what not, but these little puppies are for taking off the edge of the leather and making grooves for sewing down. These are like clicos on car bodywork. So what these do is you take the pin, you put it into your work, and then that holds you two pieces of leather together. So every 2 or 3 holes you put one of these in, and it just holds your work together while you sew towards them. A bit like car bodywork when you're welding like a wing on or something. You can just put clicos in and it does the same job. I'm sure they're called clicos. So we have a nice sharp, oh, it's got a safety catch. Nice sharp roller knife here. That is sharp. It's like a round razor blade basically. You can loosen it up or tighten it up. Then when you're done, release. Haven't used that yet. That's a pen. I think you all know how a pen works. So here me hole stabby things. So these are for the holes you saw in the other thing. You hammer these into your leather. Boom, makes the holes. Pair of scissors. I'm sure we all know how they work. Some edging knives. I'm not really sure why I bought these or what they're for, but they is sharp. They is sharp. Ooh, that's razor sharp. So we got like a curvy one, a funny angle one. Put that on the right way. Funny angle one. And straight one. And there's an Allen key in there as well, which was for something else. When this was used for something else. We used to have my airsoft batteries and stuff in here. Let's get back into the airsoft one day. Right, so that's some of my tools. There's my little mallet for rivets and stuff. I'm not going to get everything out of this tin. Got a big bread bin here, metal one that I bought in the charity shop for putting all my leathers and that in. I'll just grab a couple of bits out. So I've got some faux fake leathers. So I've got this one. I've got this in brown and pink. It looks furry, but it isn't. It's just plastic. I've got loads of fabric glue. So you glue 2 sheets of this together. Then you cut it out. And like the idiot who got a bit excited, and I have this faux leather. And if you look how floppy this is really floppy. I cut this out and then I glued it. That was my first mistake. I'll show you that in a second. I've got a load of handmade labels with rivets, so everything will have a handmade thing on there. I've got a wallet template. I think I've got a couple of templates, but here's, and you can see where I brushed glue in it and made mistakes. That could do with dyeing now, really. The holes I've punched in with that hole punch thing. Bit crude, but again, this one's just a proof of concept prototype. So you saw how floppy that faux leather was. Now you can see how stiff it is once it's been glued together, 2 pieces. So this is a earpod leather case. As I said, I've got these magnetic things, so that goes, you put a backer on before you glue the bits together and stitch them, and they'll just like that. So the idea of this is the case goes round like that. This will sew on the back like that, and then these side pieces, you sew one in that side, you sew this bit in this side, and then that makes up the side piece. So basically I've got to sew those two bits together and then fold it in and sew no. So basically those two edges will sew. Oh, let's get the camera right. Sew into these two edges like yay on both sides. Then the lid will come over the top, making the pouch. And I bought a load of these key rings as well, like 30 or 50 for a few quid. So we've got some of these lobster claw key rings, which are basically just like yo. And then I've made a piece of leather, so that will, when this is all together, I'll probably just rivet that on. I might put a few stitches in there to give it, I think we'll put a few stitches in there since I've made provision for it. So then that will just go on the back like that, and you'll have a keyring hanger on your AirPods pouch. Now this has been designed for much larger ones than I've got. I had a case here somewhere. Nope, vanished. But yeah, it's so I want to try and get this at least started this week. So I need to sew that into there, bend it in, sew that side in, and at least get me sides in. I think this sews onto the inside of this part. That's what it appears. There's no instructions, there's just a picture on the website of the finished product. And I've got to use my brain. So some of you might have noticed that this has been glued, but yet I put holes in it for sewing. A, it looks better sewed, and B, it will keep the integrity, so if the glue does come unstuck at the edges, this won't fray. I have used edge sealer. I've got one of those in my tin of many stuff. But yeah, this is kind of like it started off as, oh, I'll make the missus a handbag for Christmas, something special, something done by me. And then it turned into one of my harebrained schemes of, oh, we can make money out of this. Maybe, maybe not. What's in me fairy box? So, fabric glue. I'm surprised how far one pot of this, not even half a tube of this has done that entire earpod thing. I've got two others. It's not very smelly. It's not very chemically. It says strong adhesion. Flexible fabric glue, suitable for sequins, patches, clothing, cotton, flannel, denim, washable fabric, permanent adhesive. Ribbons, curtains, embroidery, buttons, sequins, bedspreads, fabrics, jeans, and more. So yeah, I've got two bottles of that. That should go some way. I've got 4 tubes of other glue. There's not a lot in here. A selection of rivets with a punch. They're crap. They really are shite. That's Temu, proper Temu quality there. Shite. At least you know the shite you get on Temu is quality shite. This is like a hand sewing thing. Difference with this one though. It's got a big ass needle like that. Slightly less big ass needle. So the idea of this, instead of stitching with 2 threads or needles, so one needle in, pull through, other needle in, pull tight. This one, I'm going to have to learn how to use it. This one, the thread is obviously on here. You have, I don't know how, where, from, or what, but I'm guessing you pull a load of the spool out. Then when you go through your leather, you put your other thread through and then pull back, and then up, through, pull back, up, through, pull back. So I don't know how that one works. It's a bit more complicated than I first thought. Bearing in mind it's not really complicated, it's just a way of learning another way of stitching, basically. That's still flashing away over there, you can't see it now. There we go. Oh no, wrong side. But yeah, that's just basically learning another different way of stitching. But once I've sussed out how you get your first long line through, I mean, you've got to work out how much you're going to need. So when you goes up and you thread through, you obviously have to pull one tight before that comes out, and then up through. And yeah, too much fucking about. Let's just. Where's the other one of those gone? There it is. I think it'd be easier just to have 2 needles, 1 length of line, and literally, if we use these, needle 1 comes through, needle 2 goes behind it, or for you that'll be there. You pull needle 1 through, you turn 90 degrees, needle 2 goes through, you pull them tight. Oh, when this one comes through, you loop the line round and then pull tight. So needle 1 through, needle 2 behind, pull, turn, this one goes in, line over, boom, in, behind, turn, boom. Simple. It's called repetition. Thread the needle, pull, turn, other needle through, line over, and repeat. Can't be hard, can it? He said. Famous last words. How hard can it be? So basically, get in. That's a lot of stuff to come with the old leather stuff. Where's the box? There it is. Yeah, the older. I've got a bit of the glue in on video that I've not uploaded yet. Oh, this is neat. Oh, everything. I need to sort my cupboard out. There's too much shite in there. Nowhere to put it. Charity shop, £6. Digital for more. Right, that clock says it's 15 degrees there. So if we aim this at the clock, it says it's 17.2 degrees there. Let's try the heater. See how warm that's going to go. Oh wow. It looks like I'm about to die. because this is still climbing. The internals of that fire heater, and that wasn't stopping. Yeah, it is. It's still climbing. Obviously, by the time it gets over here, it's more like 40 or 50. $20.8. So about 37 by the time it hits me. They're not bad. But yeah, it's a fun bit of kit. Could be useful for chip temperatures and just general. I don't think it'd be working on the dog though. Either that, we'd have to hold his tail for a long time. And it has got the older laser jobby on there. That was fun. So that's about it for the shed really at the moment. I'll get back in. Why does things not go back in when they come out? Hopefully it's only week Wednesday now till I get paid, so 2 or 3 weeks before the next bunch of stuff comes in. So I think I need to probably get some pieces of real leather once I've finished doing my proof of concept. I need to make a good one. Mostly I think next payday I need to concentrate on content for the cupboard, so we've got plenty to be getting on with into next year. I really want sort of, if possible, 20 or 30 kits. Paranormal investigations. Oh, I want some of that. Yeah, so I need to get like 20 or 30 kits together for the cupboard. So I need to go back through this chat. I need yeah, 20 or 30 kits lined up, backlog. So I've always got content. It's possible working the phone. Lights and sound activated. My girlfriend just agreed with you that end the Temu shite thing. She buys a shitload of stuff every week. Yeah, Temu, man, quality shit. It's shit, but it's quality shit. In fact, what did I buy? I'll tell you one thing I bought of Temu. I'm so impressed with. It's actually taken precedent over a £300+ smartwatch at the moment. Which store do you buy from? I buy from Temu, AliExpress, Banggood, and sometimes IC Station. Brilliant bit of kit them ladies tomorrow as I use one on paranormal investigation. I want to come paranormal investigating. Could use it for any temperature related shenanigans. Is it possible to take measurements underwater? I don't know, but we're going to find out soon now. I shit you not. £2.74 of the Queen's finest pennies, because none of them had the dickhead's head on it. This watch. It sometimes misses a tick, and it makes up for it with a double tick. Now that clock on there says 9:50, and I set this right on Tuesday or Wednesday when I received it. This is still bang on time to the minute from when I set it nearly a week ago. I kid you not, for £2.74, I was looking forward to tearing this watch a new one. Like, this is the sort of shit you buy on Temu. Don't buy this site. cheap crap because you just regret it. This, for the price, it's one of the best watches I've ever had. Like I said, I've got a Samsung smartwatch. It's 8 years old, 9 years old this Christmas. They've stopped doing uploads for it on the internet because I've tried uploading stuff like new watch faces and whatnot, and it's just like, yeah, jog on, mate, you ain't having any. Apps that I used to use on it, I wanted a camera app, re-upload my camera app. Can't even upload it now. I bought that donkeys ago. I paid for it. So basically you could use your phone over a wall and look at your watch as the viewfinder. So you could sneak on people. That's really annoying, but the watch still works. But for £2.74, you really can't go wrong when it keeps time like this. I've had 60, 70, £80 watches that lose a minute a week, half a minute a week. This hasn't lost a single minute. This is bang to when I set it. And I can't complain with that. One of the pins came out the strap, but I must have caught it on something because I found it the next day in the back of the car. I was quite gutted I'd lost it, actually. I mean, it was kind of a case of, well, you know, whatever happens to this watch, I don't really care. It was £2.74. I'm getting quite attached to this watch. I have to start wearing my smartwatch again soon, otherwise there's no point owning one. But I kind of, when the smartwatch is flat or whatever, and I needed a backup, it was kind of right, well, I've got a watch I can put on as backup. The face does glow, but it's quite pathetic. So we'll just charge it up with the big ass torch. So the face does, I don't know if you're going to make it. Really does glow, but it fades off quick. So let's see if I can get this close to the camera without the light getting. There you go. Oh. I can't get this to the camera. Well, I can, but I can't. So I can figure out where I'm covering. I mean, that's got some glow to it. But it will fade off in a few minutes. So don't expect to be telling the time in 5 minutes if you've just charged up the face. I mean, it really is kind of like your typical glow in the dark things where it just. She's better off going on to AliExpress and Banggood for the electronic stuff. I mean, Temu do have it, but AliExpress and Banggood are far more stuff. I mean, this is the sort of thing you find more on Temu. These wooden ones. Oh, that needs to go in the cupboard. So, yeah, these wood kits are quite fun. This little bedside lamp, it's been designed so you don't need to solder anything as well. So you just pop all these out of the and just push them together. But I'm using, some of the kits come with this little pot of glue. Not all of them. I've only had 2 of them come with that. But I have got some PVA glue. Child's glue. You just pop a bit of glue on them. So, which bit do we want first? So this is the base. And then you pop out these little bubbers. Somehow. Like yo. I do like to sand them down as well. Three. I think that's my most ever for a live stream. Mind you, I've never done a live stream for an hour before. So that's one emptied. Gives me a little bit of. One of my kits came with this, like a little emery board. I do like 50 parts of rub down. So a family like to give Amazon vouchers for Christmas. mean, it's not a lot of point because we give you a £10 voucher, you give us a £10 voucher, we've all equaled out. So there's not really a lot of point. But when I made one of these and gave it to her indoors, she took a shine to it and wanted me to make 3 for her sisters. So I have 3 more. But the video that didn't get made will get made. I'm talking of which, I haven't checked on the other. So it's just like taking off any of the where the laser cut pieces we're holding it in. You just give them a little rub down. I just need to see if this will work. That looks like it's done. Where's the next one? Here we go. Now what I really hate, and it pisses me off, is they put the sticker right over like that. So we only need one of these 2, thankfully. Try and carefully peel that sticker off. Yay! Left the sticker behind. You get 9, but you only need 8. Because you get one with a hole in it, which is for the switch. This one. So that will take the on-off power switch. And then these will basically just go in around the edges. Like yo. These do get fiddly actually, because on one point you've got to get multiple slots into the multiple pegs. Ooh, just lost one. Don't panic, Mr. Mandarin. So you end up basically with something like that. Hang on a minute. I've got 2 pieces. Oh no. Oh no. Ah. I was thinking I dropped 2 pieces then because I was one short and I was going to have to take the one with the label on it, but I just found the one that I didn't unpack. So I will rebuild this and glue it together. But that's our exterior base. I'm not going to put any electronics together right now. I'm just going to quickly throw it together. Oh yeah, I know what that is. Double-sided sticky for the battery box. So the switch just literally sits in. Come in. Sits in like that. You want paranormal? That's just jumped out of my cupboard all on its own. That's paranormal. Why can't I plug it back in? There we go. Some of the shit that's happened in my house in the past, I swear blind, it's fucking haunted. We had this bottle on the mantelpiece once, stood on the end of the mantelpiece. I think it was a beer bottle, been there for weeks, untouched, just started going around in circles. And you know when you see those, I can't remember what they're called, discs that get faster and faster and faster, they almost, this bottle just kept spinning and fell off. Didn't smash, fell onto the carpet. But it just started. You got faster and faster, and it just fucking fell off the mantelpiece. I'm like, That was fucking spooky because there was no wind or anything in the house. That was spooky. That was proper spooky. That still hasn't been explained. We lost a remote control once. 2 weeks. We moved chairs. We looked under things, over things, in things. The chair had been looked underneath. We'd gone through the chair. I tell you what, we exhausted the possibilities of where that exhaust could have gone. 2 weeks later, moved the chair. There's a remote just sitting there underneath it. It's like that was not there. We've looked more than once. So these two pieces just slot inside each other. That will make the tree or the stem. That slots in. I am getting confused. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Okay. So we started off wrong. We haven't done it wrong. We just started wrong. We should have started with that piece. And those would have gone around that. And then this piece goes on top of that piece. Because the cable goes through that hole, the round hole. The cable goes through there to the battery box. So, as I said, it gets a bit more difficult because you've got to try and match so many different bloody angles up to get this piece in. This is a friggin' nightmare. Come on. Not scared. I only get scared when the dog starts barking. Then I know there's something to worry about. So that's what we have there. So battery box goes inside there. This bit then is the base. Stem goes into the base. Half of it. There's the other half. Then, see, this is how simple this kit is. We're almost done. Now what we got, and I've still got to rub all these down. We've got a bunch of these little panels. Now, was it Paula Abdul who sung Opposites Attract, even? Oh, I'm down to one watcher. Can't remember what the name of the place is. I was watching a few paranormal things on YouTube. There's a place in Britain, something Hill. It's supposed to be like the #1 paranormal. Personally, I think it's all bollocks and it's in your head. You scare yourself. You let yourself into these things. But who knows? Right, so this is our top piece. This is the base of the top piece. So that little square bit here is where the socket goes for the LED. Now you'll notice that the top bit is smaller than the bottom bit. So there will be kind of a rake on it. So the square edge goes at the top and the curved edge goes at the base. And these will have to go at an angle, so you'll find that you'll end up having to do, I kind of go with every other one to start with, just to try and get the size. I've got 3 in, and as you can see already, that's kind of, they're at an angle, so it is holding its own. I won't have time to buy any more of these before Christmas, sadly. These would have made good presents for all my colleagues. £2.34 each. 1, 2, 3, 6 colleagues, 15 quid. Not all of them would want one of these. I know Shinli would like it. Well, Shinli would like a couple actually, because their kids would like these. I'm pretty sure Samir and his missus would like one. And you're not, sir? Right, so that's what the finished lampshade looks like. Shine a light. Shine a light. Does look better with the colour changing LED. And then that, quite simply, as I've said before, you push your LED holder through. This is a pain in the arse to put on there now. Oh, fiddle. Snapped a bit. Don't know what I snapped. Can I get away with it? I think I got away with it. Like I said, I glued these in anyway. Now it'll be easier to mount this one on there. Like so. So when we've mounted all of our electronics, that's what we end up with. Fun little build. It's only about 5-6 inches tall. Let's have a look. Yeah, about 5.5 inches tall, 140 centimeters. Sorry, millimeters, 14 centimeters. So just under 6 inches. But it's a fun little kit. Runs on 2 AA batteries, basically. On-off switch, which is a bit stiff. Needs a bit of working in. Yeah, it works well up there. But yeah, once I've stripped that down and glued it all back together, That'll be happy days. And they'll make nice little presents. So, Armand. Oh no, it's a different shape. There's a hexagon on my map, and that's an octagon. It almost matches the size of that hexagon perfectly. Right, so I've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. I only expected to be on here for a few minutes. Just to mention about how crap the other kit was that I broke. Well, I didn't break, it didn't work. So, you can't have it all, can you? I think I've deleted most of the files. I might upload what I got, or just bits of what I got, so you can see what it did look like, what it could have looked like. But I'm now scared of making that other one in case I cock that one up. It does give you a bit of a setback when you, but then not everything in the electronic world is going to work. I mean, I could buy 5 of these and 4 of them might work. One of them might just have a duff LED or something, you know. I got that one working. That one I'm well pleased with. And that's through hole. So the other one's through hole. I thought that was surface mount from that, but it's not. I can see all the resistors and that from here. So yeah, anyway, that one was supposed to be like blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow, red, or something like that. I did 2 rows of green, 2 rows of blue, 2 rows of yellow, 2 rows of red at the top, which is how a bloody spectrum analyzer should be. You shouldn't have like solid colours in 4 lanes. It should be all separate colours. Right, so I'm going to sign this off. I'm going to finish this off tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.